It's a vibe all the time. It's no surprise.
Hello, welcome to Good Vibe Goddess Tarot. Today we're gonna do a general reading. So it may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. There's other videos here you can find which other video resonate with you, or come back to whenever you feel like you need this reading. We're gonna look into like your personality. How can you a little bit of self-improvement, home and family, romance and social life, money, career, and any other messages that need to come out. We're gonna be 3 cards for each little subsection. So there's 7 little sections. So it'll be 3 cards for each. Let's get started. First we have the Star, the Hermit, Three of Swords. Try to peek out. I don't know if it flipped over. No, it didn't. And then we got the Page of Swords slanted, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Swords. So with this being your personality and your state of mind, I'll see. The Hermit is all about inner wisdom. He go inside and try to solve the problem himself, without other people's help or other people need. So whatever, let me say this. Without other people input. He doesn't need their input. He just go with inside himself to see what is best for him, because he knows what's best for him. And then the Star is having hope in your dreams and having feeling fulfilled in what you're doing, and also being vulnerable and open to all the possibilities that are out there. So, and then the Page of Swords is all about looking over, well, normally it's about looking over your shoulder and watching out for something, or being on guard. So, and then with the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, it normally represents blocking out something. And it could be saying you go inside yourself and have all these hopes and dreams that you want to do, that wish to fulfill, and you are skeptical to fulfill them, or you block them out because swords is also thoughts, right? You probably mentally aren't prepared to do it, or logically it doesn't make sense to you to do it, but emotionally it makes you happy and make you feel free. Next we have the Ace of Pentacles. So many cards flipped over just now. But the Death card tried to peek out, so something could be changing, which is why this is slanted and that's slanted as well. And these two came out together, so I'm just gonna take it together. So now we're looking into some self-improvement, spiritual development, or spiritual health or whatever. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a stable, solid new beginning. And then we have the Five of Cups, that came out slanted. And normally when it comes out slanted, that means it could go either way. And then the death card did come out. So it's like it could be things are either changing or about to change. And the Five of Cups had a thought process. Five of Cups normally represent or means feeling sad, depressed, melancholy, and stuff like that because of the past, were you looking back on the past and how you were open and vulnerable, like what I said with the star, and you had all these hopes and dreams, and let's say you were open about that and you shared those dreams with somebody else, and they just pretty much made you feel like you couldn't accomplish it, and as a result you started to believe that or thought like, just keep this to yourself, and or keep certain parts of yourself hidden, and you're looking back on that and wanting something solid, with it being slanted. It's like you're looking back on the past where you weren't able to open up to people, but you're also looking forward to the future to have like a solid new beginning with someone where you can be your vulnerable self, like your true and vulnerable self. Because we have the Six of Cups and the Two of Wands. And Two of Wands is all about taking like a little journey, and that you have the whole world, like you having the world in your hand to take this journey, and so like in this card, right, he has that one wand behind him, which will technically be like those 3 cups that spilled, right? You putting that behind you, those 3 cups that spilled, and trying to take control of your world with going inside yourself with this hermit, and looking forward to like your 2 cups, like this solid new beginning with someone where you can be vulnerable with someone and be open and have a happy home. And with the Six of Cups, you probably had that with someone before in the past, or you were thinking about like past experience where you were happy and was able to be open and vulnerable with somebody, and now you are looking forward to that again and trying to move forward on how to do it. But with the Nine of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, you're worried about it, which while over here I said it could be like mentally it doesn't make sense to you, or like logically it doesn't make sense to you, but emotionally it does. And it's like you fighting yourself with like your emotions, like your brain and your heart. And it's like once you calm your mind and realize that it's not that deep, and there is a way for you to be open and vulnerable with people. If you set your boundary, if they don't like how you really are, then cut them out your life. They don't really need to be there, we don't have to see them all the time. You can set limits. Now we are going to look into family and home. We have the Six of Swords. Ooh, my bad, I'm back. So we have the Six of Swords. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck for that we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So the Six of Swords normally means like moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So like moving away, taking a little trip, a little journey. It's the third slowest energy. The Ace of Pentacles is the first slowest energy. So you are increasing in speed, if anything. Making progress. And then with the Two of Pentacles is normally like multitasking or like you going back and forth in your head. See how he has the two pentacles there, but like not one weighs more than the other. Like they both at the same level, but at the back, all the water is chaotic and unsettled, pretty much. So it's like your emotions are unsettled, which is also funny enough. Hold on. There we go. I was trying to fix my shirt. But with funny enough, with the Two of Pentacles that I just showed you, it has little boats in the back, right? And I was saying that with the Six of Swords is normally represent like choppy waters going to calmer waters. You see how like even in like the bottom of it, he has that little bit of choppy waters, like right there, like yeah. And then I just said that water is supposed to represent emotions, and then swords are your thoughts and mental. So it's like what I was saying before, like you're fighting, your mind and your heart is in a battle right now, and you're going back and forth between them, and one doesn't outweigh the other. They probably both like making good, rational arguments to you. But with the Queen of Pentacles, she's caring, she's nurturing, she's grounded, she has everything she needs. She doesn't want for nothing, she don't need for nothing. She could, if she want it, she can go and get it, she can buy it. Like she has everything that she wants. She doesn't really need a person. If she doesn't want to date, she's fine. So it's just like she's independent is what I'm trying to say. So it's like right now things could be choppy with your family, and you trying to go like back and forth on how to make things calmer or how to like smooth things out more. It's best way to do is like to continue being caring and to realize you don't have to like juggle anything if you can ask for help, for one. But with the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, she doesn't really need anyone's like input. And also with the Hermit, you don't need anyone's input. You can go with inside yourself and figure out the answer and care for yourself and care for others. Like you okay with that, or your family is okay with that. Like that's a good solid front that's caring and giving. And sometimes things may get choppy, but it's like once you, with the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that's all about like truth and like some sort of clarity. It's like once you speak the truth or ask for help if you need it, that can help make things calmer or smooth things out. And so I'm reading it this way, right? If you're juggling right now and you're trying to get to like common waters, you ask for help, then you become that Queen of Pentacles. Like you're stable and grounded again. Like you feel more comfortable again, and because right now with the Page of Swords being slanted and the Five of Cups being slanted, that's why I'm saying like it's either something is changing and you're not allowing change, or something is about to change, and that's why things are like slanted or rocky, or like it's because you're going back and forth between the two, or both option makes sense, or you're not really seeing it completely. You're not seeing the truth fully. And if you ask someone for help, and because he has his eyes closed here. So he's like, you're not, if you open your eyes and realize and look behind you, you see that the ships are not easily sailing through the water and things are rocky and shaky, and ask for help when you need it. It doesn't make you like less independent or like weak or anything. If anything, it's good because you know when you need help. I don't see how like asking for help is bad. Like it was like it's good to know when you need help and to seek help when you need it. Now we're gonna look into romance and social life. We have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and then Justice. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Okay, so with the Nine of Swords coming back again, and it was like at the bottom of the deck with your, when I was up here, it's talking about like self-improvement and like a spiritual development and like health or something like that. And it's coming back with romance and like social life. It pretty much tied together is what I'm trying to say. Long story short. But let me figure this out real fast. With the Eight of Cups normally means like walking away from like something that's no longer fulfilling you emotionally to walk to something that is fulfilling you emotionally. Like I was saying before with the Star, like you be able to be more open and vulnerable, and like your wishes are fulfilled, or you're like your dreams are, you like feel like your dreams are fulfilled, whatever dream that it is. Like even if it was like when you was a child, you dreamed of, I don't know, having your own business, and like everyone else have you convinced that that's not really doable. Let's say that like that for an example, and you want to start it and you know that it is doable, and you, let's say that you do it just like because I'm gonna prove them wrong kind of thing, and it's like something doesn't work for like a minute, and then but like it's some things that do work. Like you have some good days, you have some bad days, or you have like some good options and then you have some bad options, and it's like don't worry about the bad options, like focus on the good options, because at the end of the day you're gonna have trials and errors. Like it's not gonna work all the time, and those trials or those errors is meant to help you better do better for the next time, pretty much. So that's why I feel like the Five of Cups is slanted. Like you looking at those errors that you made, and then wanting to do better for the to have those Two of Cups to be more vulnerable, have that solid beginning where things are just flowing the way that needs to be flowing, and that's what you're walking towards, or that's what you're hoping to get and walk towards, pretty much, with the Eight of Cups. But with the Nine of Swords coming back, like you're worried about it, you're anxious all in your head about it, and it might have you up at night and not able to sleep. But when, because justice is also about like balance. It's like bringing things into balance and also cutting things out, right? That if it needs to be cut out, it needs to be separated, right? Justice, like the justice system do a lot. It can bring two people together. If you want to get married, you can just, go down to city hall, or if you want to get a divorce, you can simply do that too. If if there's a disagreement and you need someone to be like that fair or just person, saying like, oh, you take this and this person take this, that kind of thing, but I feel like with the Six of Swords and then what I keep saying, like the cups and the swords together, is like your emotions and your mind. Once you calm it down and bring it together and realize that you are independent and stable on your own and you can do whatever you set your mind to. You don't like, it is nice to have support, yes, but not everyone's going to support you the way that you want them to support you, or not everyone's going to support you the way that you support them, and that's okay. And there's some people that just not going to support you at all, and that's not okay, and they gotta go. But I mean, you do you. If you want to get them in your life, you do you. I'll let them go, because it's just like, so it's like once you bring those two into balance and realize that things are not as rocky or as choppy as it may seem, like I was saying, like using those errors as a stepping stool to make things better rather than just saying like, oh, it's not working, this like that was right. Continue to prove them wrong, continue to just try to find out why it's not working. Like, you know, like how on Nailed It, how it's on Netflix, they can't, you know, some of them could bake but it don't really come out right, but they continue to try, like it's trial and error. And it's like once you bring that into balance, you could realize that and see things for what it is and how they are. That's when you realize what needs to be cut out or what's causing you to keep looking over your shoulder and keep looking at the past and dwelling on like those past errors and those past mistakes and cutting that out. Because the Empress, she's all for queens, let's get that number one, and she's abundant. She doesn't really, like I said, like the king with the Queen of Swords, like the Queen of Pentacles, my bad, she doesn't need anybody. Like she's okay by herself. She like a queen can run a kingdom by themselves. Like they don't really need a king. Don't get me wrong, but they can have a king if they want. Wasn't what queen did that? She proved that she don't really need a king to Was it Queen Elizabeth the First? Don't come for me if it's not her, but I believe it was Queen Elizabeth the First that was trying to prove that she don't need a man by her side to rule. And then I think she even like purposely didn't have kids, just like to solidify that. Like, so it's, you know, you can rule your little kingdom business by yourself. Even if it's you can rule you by yourself. Like you know what you need, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know what you're looking for. And if you don't, write down a whole bunch of things that you don't like, and then write down things that you know that would be nice to have. Like, oh, like, because she's abundant, she can buy anything that she wants. She's loving, she's caring, she's nurturing, she's smart. You know, she got everything together. She can, like I said, she can run the whole kingdom by herself. So it's like once you bring your emotions and your thoughts into balance and realize that it's not as bad as it seems, or like as someone's trying to make it, or well, this is you pretty much. I'm saying someone is spiritual. It's not as bad. It's here to bring something into balance, so you can find your happiness rather than staying here where you aren't happy, worried, and anxious. Now we're gonna look into money. We have the Ten of Wands. Oh, and then with the Two of Wands and the Six of Cups, that's another reason why I feel like, I don't know if I said that earlier, that's why I feel like the cards is also coming out slanted. It's like you're trying to move forward, but you keep thinking about the past, or you keep looking back on the past, or you're so sad about the past. And that's slowing you down. Like you're walking away from it, but you're worried and anxious, I can say. And then we also have the Four of Pentacles. And I would just want to say, like, if with the, like, because up here was like spiritual stuff, and then the Nine of Swords was also up here, so I know it's pretty much connected. It's not meant to hurt you, it's definitely meant to help you. And hold on, it might not seem like it at first. Like at first it's gonna hurt. Things may seem like, if let's say, because this was like your social life and romance, so let's say like it was friends and your group of friends, and you were so used to having these group of friends around, and now y'all have a falling out and y'all no longer friends, and that's keeping you up at night and you worried about it. But it's like once you and we also have the Seven of Pentacles, but it's like once you realize you don't, like, that's not the only set of friend groups you can have other friends. And you think back on the whole friendship or the whole thing, and you look at it from like a whole perspective, not just the good times and then like the bad times tucked away somewhere. Like look at it as a whole, and then you probably see like you had to walk away from this and like cut it out because it wasn't making you happy. You weren't able to be your true self. You weren't able to be vulnerable. You weren't able to open up. You weren't able to speak your mind or speak your emotions and say what you feel. And that's what caused you worry. Because with 3 cups down and they spilled, and it's like it's not water in these cups, you know? So it's, you know, it might be hard to like try to really sit with your, for one, it might be really like to sit with your feelings and like your thoughts and like try to have that kind of sort of conversation with yourself. If you can find someone that you can trust to have that conversation with you, if it's like this person in your family that can help you weigh out your options to move on to calmer waters, do that. Because it's like, even though the hermit can go within, like the hermit goes within himself and he can find out the problem, and from time to time he can find the answer or find a solution and then act on it. But if he needs someone else's help, he go, and like I said, like it's not bad seeking help and knowing when you need help. I don't know why people feel like that's bad, or when that became a bad thing to know your strength and your weaknesses. I don't understand. But it's okay to know that, and know when you need help, and know when you fall short at, and know when somebody else, you know, can help you and where you fall short. There's nothing wrong with that. But with the money situation now, with the Ten of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Devil. I'm gonna move this right here so you can see all of it. 10 of Wands normally means like like you have a burden or like pressure, and the 4 of Pentacles, he holds on to his money pretty much, and the 7 of Pentacles is all about like timing and waiting for things to be right to, like when you, like if you want an apple, you can't plant an apple tree today and then think the apple's gonna be there tomorrow. Like it takes some time, right? So it could be saying that right now things are a little bit tight, or feeling like there's a lot of pressure because you're giving to something materialistic that you really don't need to be. And that, like, that's what, like, you're either, because he can have, with the Four of Pentacles, he can have a lot of money, but he doesn't really spend it. And you see, like, how he has, like, he's holding all those money, but he's holding that one pentacle, like, so close to him, and he won't let it go to be able to hold all the other pentacles correctly. Like, it's like right now you could be penny pinching because you either given to something that's materialistic that you don't really need to be given to. Because at the bottom of that was strength. And it's like ego and pride. So it's like you could be given to something like to feed yourself materialistically. And that's causing some sort of pressure because you're spending more money that's actually coming in. Or like you're spending money faster than it's actually coming in. And that can cause some pressure. I don't really have no advice on that. Because, I just save. So if anything, I always know. I know I have like fallback money, and I know that you're not supposed to go into it. Okay, don't go into that money, because then if you go once, you're gonna keep going. So that's not what it's there for. Okay, it's a savings. So with like the devil being here, it's like materialistic, and then like the ego, well, strength being under it, could be like, like when I was a kid, right? How we would judge on like the clothes that you was wearing, like, oh, did you have the new J's and this, that, and the third, and it's just like, we grown now. It really doesn't matter what you have on your feet, okay? Is if you comfortable, just go. Like, I really don't care how much you paid for it. Like, I really don't. Now we're gonna look into work and career and life purpose. So it's like, don't try to impress other people and cause yourself to be, living from paycheck to paycheck, because it's not necessary. Once you realize that certain people are not meant to be in your life, and certain people are just trying to like compete with you, and that's why we have the Page of Swords here. You're looking over, and that caused you to look over your shoulder, like feel unease about something. We have the Eight of Swords, and like cause you like to keep looking on your shoulder, like be on edge about something, and make it seem like you not able to do something where you actually are. It could be because they don't want you to have more money than they do. They don't want you to outgrow them or do better than they do. And we have the Knight of Swords. But then with the Justice card, it's like once you realize that and balance out your emotions, then we have the Death card. Once you realize that and balance that out, and balance your emotions and your thoughts out, Or like start talking to yourself, like letting yourself know that you deserve better, okay? Like you deserve happiness, you deserve abundance, you deserve the life you that you deserve happiness pretty much, right? And realize that this little fake competition that someone's trying to have you when you looking over your shoulder, that's not happiness, that's not comfortable, that's, it doesn't, you don't want to be there anymore. With the Eight of Cups, you clearly don't want to be there anymore. You want to walk away from it to go find your happiness and find something better. So it's like, you don't have to impress someone that's really not for you. And this is work, career, and life purpose. No, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. So, the Eight of Swords is, from time to time, is like self-betrayal, but it's also like a mental mind trap that we kind of sort of put ourselves in. But we don't realize that we're in it until we're trapped. And because after the Eight of Swords is the Nine of Swords, and that's the whole anxious feeling. Like you're trapped in your mind and you can't get out, and that's when you become anxious and crying and weeping because it's become overwhelming. But like I was saying before, the Eight of Swords is also like self-betrayal. So it's just like once you able to notice that you was doing things that you, what else didn't I say before, that you was like trying to please or compete with somebody else that wasn't really for you, like that. Like once you realize you don't have to do that and cut that out and stop that, like one by one these swords will go away. And for one, the blindfold go come off because you're no longer in your mind and you can see things clearly. And these swords could go away one by one. And because we have the Knight of Swords, and he comes in swiftly, impulsively, and it's either he's saying what he needs to say or he's gonna do whatever he needs to do. So it's like, but this self-betrayal is like once you realize you're giving energy or feeding energy into people that's not giving the same energy back to you or attention back to you, and that's not fair. You don't have to do that anymore. And like I said with the Justice card, you cut out people that needs to be cut out, and you continue to move forward. And then with the Death card, and you see this transformation, this change that comes from getting out of your mind and like getting out of your mind and the self-betrayal and seeing things for what it is and how they are. Because the Chariot at the bottom of the deck is about like victory and like determination. So it's like you trying to find a victory and have victory, like, and you're determined to have that victory and that happiness, but not letting anyone hold you back as you should, and letting go of those people that are trying to hold you back or trying to like compete with you or put you in like this feeling of you're not good enough or that you can't or you're not able to achieve what you want to achieve, because you are. They don't know your goals and they don't know what you can and can't do. You do. So don't let no one else tell you what you can and can't do, because they're not you. Who gonna run you but you? Like, come on. I mean, other than God, who? Other than him. But who else gonna run you? Like, now we have, this is like a little three card messages at the bottom. Anything else that they want to say. So we have the King of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Chariot, and then at the bottom of the deck we have the Sun. You can't really see that. Let me figure this out real fast. I'm gonna show it to you so you can see that these are the cards that came out. Sun. Okay, so the King of Pentacles, he's stable. No, he's solid. He's grounded. He's wealthy. A rich man. Have house, all that stuff. The lands. That kind of person. Um, there's a stable person, and then Judgment. It could be like you making a decision on what you want your stability to be and what you want your stability to look like. And with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, and with the Five of Cups, it's like you're looking back on let's say it was like your past relationships and what you had in the past, and then you don't want that anymore. It's like, okay, look to what you do want with somebody. Because with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, them two together, and like if they're balanced, and only a balanced emperor could drive the chariot, so definitely balance. Y'all both want the same thing, and y'all both have the same family values, and it's not as choppy as before. It would be calmer, it would be nice, it would be, you know, smoother. And because with the sun out, that's all about happiness. And we have the cherry here. That's like I just said, that was over here. It was all about like victory. So it was like once you realize that this self betrayal and whatever you was doing that you did not want to do, and those people that like, let's say you want to say no and they trying to guilt trip you into saying yes or make you do it anyways, like those type of people, maybe either sort of cut them out or let them know or set some sort of boundary with them, like no means no, and that's point blank period, and there's nothing after that. um and moving forward with determination to have victory and have something solid and stable in your life, so you can have happiness and some sort of peace of mind. It's cool. It's all fine and dandy to me. But it's like it's someone in your like let's say it's like someone in your family that you can talk to that can help you feel more stable and grounded if you don't feel stable and grounded right now. And they can help you also weigh out, like, because the Two of Pentacles, I'm saying, like, before you going back and forth in your head, and the Chariot, it's Chariot, it's pulled. There we go. It's pulled by well, and this one is two different sphinxes. Like it's a white one and a blue one. Normally it's like a white and dark. It's two. It's all about the duality of it, and the shadow and the light aspect of it. And even with the Two of Pentacles, you probably probably trying to weigh the good and the bad of the situation, and but you're overthinking it so much, like all in your head, that you can't think straight or see it correctly. So it's like if you speak to someone in your family, they can probably definitely help you see it clearly or see it through, or talk to someone that you can trust more if it is someone in your family that you're trying to get away from. But yeah, it's all about the duality, and you have to balance it, like with the judgment here. But ooh, not judgment, justice here. Like bringing things into balance. Like you, like it's not always gonna be like equal. Some one is gonna be like one might be a little bit like above the other, but it still works together. It's still they complement each other. It still flows correctly. It still flows the way it needs to flow. It's not one doing all the work and the other one just not. Like it's balanced, you know. Like it works and flow together with no problem. And I'm going to clarify the money area and see what else needs to be said. So we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the High Priestess, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. Hold on, let me move this there. Clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. So the Queen of Wands, she normally like someone that she can make you believe that anything is possible. That's one. Oh, do we have the devil at the bottom of the? Do we have the devil crossing here again? Okay. So the Queen of Wands is someone that can definitely make you believe that anything is possible, right? Like charming, sweet talking, like you know. But then definitely will finesse you. Okay. So and then with the High Priestess here is like you secret. It's either you kind of sort of can pick up on it, like they slick little they slick insults, let's say, because they could do that if that's possible. Like slick insults, but the devil is kind of sort of the devil normally try to put fear into you, so they could probably try to make you seem like it's not possible to do for you to do this to knock you off your horse, so they can so you and them be on the same level when y'all really aren't on the same level yet. Probably never were, or yeah, was for a minute, and now you trying to grow and they trying to hold you back so y'all can stay on the same level. And because if you see with this card, right, the Queen of Wands, hold on, it's this square, this circle that's pretty much highlighted. But with the High Priestess, you see how this one little square compared to these, well, not square, circle compared to these two circles, it like let's say y'all were on the same level at one point in time, like y'all were up here together, but now you can move through, like you can go to two different levels, like you're not on the same level anymore, and they trying to hold you back to stay on the same level as them, and that could be what's causing you some sort of pressure and like feel like a burden because you're giving to something that is materialistic and you really don't need to be given to it, or because with the Four of Pentacles he doesn't normally give the money, he just holds it and spend it, well not spend it but like hold it and hoards it pretty much. Then we have the Five of Swords. Let's see what else. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the Five of Swords, normally in like the regular cards, it's one person having three swords in his hand and like two people walking away, or somebody walked away and two swords down, right? So someone had the upper hand in the situation. But the Five of Swords could also mean like self-sabotage, right? So, like I was saying before, you could have the upper hand in this situation because y'all not on the same level. And yet they're trying to make it seem like y'all are on the same levels by putting a whole bunch of fear into you, which is sabotaging you, your money, and your potential because you are able to do whatever you set your mind to. And with the Queen of Pentacles coming out, and the Queen of Pentacles being right here in your family. Could be that it's someone in your family sabotaging your money, or someone's trying to sabotage you from being independent and grounded by yourself, or being more financially abundant. With the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, that's all about, like, you know, fortune, luck, and stuff like that. But that could have been sabotage. Like, it could have been sabotage out of, with the Queen of Wands here and then the Devil. It could have been like out of greed or jealousy, of simply just they didn't want you to do better than them, or don't want to see you do better than them. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Oh, I didn't even show y'all the cards. I apologize. There you go. If I want to see the whole card. Okay, we have the Fool, taking a leap of faith. But sometimes taking that leap of faith could be risky. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Oh, I'm going to show you the whole card so I can see the little... Okay. So with the Fool card and the High Priestess, I'm assuming that it's once you realize that it's like this was sabotage, or that it's not really, or this person is trying to hold you back, or like feed you a whole bunch of fears to stop you from going on like taking this leap of faith to work on or start something that you can master into something great. Because with this, like I was saying earlier, like you keep looking back at the errors rather than looking at the successes, right? It's like this person can keep reminding you of the failures that stops you from taking this leap of faith to work on what needs to be worked on, or what needs to be fixed, or take this leap to actually master this life purpose that you want, or whatever you want to do. Like I literally don't know. Whatever this star represents to you, whatever this dream, happiness represents to you. And I'm definitely gonna clarify that the Queen of Wands. No, the Queen of Pentacles, because now gotta figure out what she here, what's she doing. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Because she came out twice. Okay, we have a whole bunch of cards. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, right? And then came out together is the Devil and the Queen of Cups. So, and at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups, which is right here. And the Devil came out again. So it could be like a family member that's trying to like compete with you, or try to hold your money, like sabotage your money, right? Or because the Ten of Pentacles is like generational, generational wealth, and this section was family. Um, and then the Queen of Cups is supposed to be like loving. She can give and receive love, and smart and intuitive and stuff like that. Well, intuitive. And with the devil here, it's it's like she gives love, but she, how to say this, how to phrase it. You ever watch Rick and Morty, right? And remember when, um, if you didn't, spoiler alert, the episode where Morty had a kid and he tried to lie to the kid, and like for the kid not to go outside. It's like that kind of thing. Like probably like put you, like feed you with a whole bunch of fears that's probably not really true, or a whole bunch of lies that's not really true for you to stay with them, or to keep you on the same like level as them. You don't surpass them, or trying to control your money so that they always have some sort of income coming in to them. Didn't I say that you was giving something to materialistic? And then I also say something like trying to compete with you? It's someone in your family for sure. And that's why it can cause you like a lot of, like the Nine of Swords, like a lot of stress and anxiety, because it's a family member and your family. Like you would think your family is supposed to love you and supposed to support you, but like I said earlier, not everyone's going to support you. You got to support yourself sometimes, and realize there are going to be some people that support you, and then there's going to be some people that don't support you. And even though you support them, you can you can't support them from a distance. Like they don't need to be. That's why I was like, if they don't support you, but you like, you can just let them the exit. Door right there. They don't have to be in your life, and you can just support them and send them love for a distance. Like if like it is a family member. Let's say you don't really have to keep seeing them. Okay, like I keep you don't have like you can see them on the holidays. If that, you don't really have to talk to them or socialize with them. Like if it being the queen, it could be like your mom or something like that, and let's say she, or like a mom figure, so like something, it's like a female figure pretty much, and it just gives you a whole, like feeds you with a whole bunch of fears and unnecessary fears that it's not really yours to take, like really take on or like care about. Like you keep looking back on it and you can't move forward because they keep bringing it up as a way to hold you stuck into this thing where you really don't need to be. Okay, you're not stuck to this image or this thought or idea of you. You can always walk away from it with the Eight of Cups coming back again. Like it's broken there, and then it's definitely broken with the devil there. Like it's it's and that like that's why all guys are like it's toxic there. Like you don't, and then the devil keep coming out like it's, and then like that's why it's like that's what I'm saying here before. Like it may seem like it's hurt, like it's here to hurt you, but it's really not here to hurt you. It's here to help you cut something out so you can change something in your life. You can transfer it so better can come in, because right now if better comes in, let's say you do get this Ten of Pentacles, this either this Queen of Wands, that's somebody's trying to compete with you and sabotage your money, and whoever that person is, if you get, let's say you win the lottery today, Do you really want that person in your life, bro? Like, either they gonna do some shady, they gonna do something shady. Like, so it's like some people have to leave, and you probably like worry and stressing yourself out on like who needs to go, who need to stay, and holding on to people that needs to go because they're your family. But it's like there's blood in this cup. Like, even family will hurt you, and it's sad that sometimes family gotta go. Because even in the death card, right? I was gonna say before, if I didn't watch my death reading before, y'all should probably go. You see how like he's wearing a crown? Death comes for anybody, even like kings, queen, royalty, anybody, regular people, anybody. You can't escape death. So it's like you can't escape change. Like things change for everybody. Everybody. So now it's your turn, okay? I mean, let me do my little rebel deck and see what else need to be said. Cause it says, get after that shit. The world has your back. Wake up, you missing some cool shit. Ooh. Drop the effing ego. Vulnerability is hot AF. Like I was saying before, like it's not bad asking for help. If you need help, ask for help. I don't know when it became bad to know your strengths and your weaknesses. I do not. And it said effing apologize. Seriously, just do it. Ooh, let's see if there's anything else. 1, 2, okay. Okay, so that's it. So we have be effing grateful. Shit can be so much worse. I mean, that should be the motto of life. Like, honestly. Like, yeah, but like, honestly, shit can be so much worse. Like, you ever like had a test and you studied to like the best of your abilities and you probably like got a 70. You could have failed. Okay, that would be even worse. If you studied for a test and still failed, at least you didn't do that. It could be it could be that situation. So it's like, if spirit is testing you and you did not study and you somewhat passing, okay, you doing great. Just do your best. You hold on. You got a feeling. What? You got a feeling you just can't shake. That little voice in your head, listen to that shit. Right? So I was saying before with the high priestess, it's like you're not on the same level as this person. You're aware that something isn't what it seems, and you can't see it fully because your eyes is closed and you so much in your head. Hold on. Other card is dark. You can't see anything. You can't see. Can't, yeah, because it's another F card. Get your head out your ass pronto. So, like I was saying, what I was just saying, like you can't see things for how they are because either maybe your head is up your butt and you need to drop the effing ego because either you did something wrong, somebody did something wrong here and it was sabotage and somebody need to apologize for it and just move the fuck on. Okay? So a new beginning can come. Like, don't apologize if you don't really feel like you're sorry or if they don't deserve the apology. Don't say sorry just because you want to put an end to it. Now I'm going to do a little shape shifting cards to see if there's anything changing or what needs to change. Or what's they talking about? And we have I'm a beautiful little worm. Take care of yourself. And a little wolf girl. It's alright to be alone. Okay. Alright now, because that was what? What we have. Orchid Magic. The Akashic library is open. Alright. Then we have Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel and listen. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Okay. We have the Mermaid of Immersion, Complete Commitment. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Butterfly in Gloom. After sadness, happiness, and hope return. And that's what I was saying. Like, didn't I say the star card as soon, like in the beginning, that was hope? You see? Like, right now, things are choppy. Things might seem like burdenful, pressure, heavy, unsettling. But it's like once you see things, oh, let me show you these cards. It's like once you see things for how they are, and let me show it to you. Hold on. When you see things for how they are and can see things clearly and like remove the blindfolds from your eyes, and or get your head out your ass and apologize to whoever you need to apologize to, or see that you deserve an apology for something, if that's need to be said. um or that little feeling that you just can't shake, listen to that feeling because it's there for a reason and it's trying to tell you something. Because the devil came up like mad times, so it's something that's definitely here that does not need to be here. And it's telling you to like find a good, like someone wise enough to listen to get good advice with that justice card here to help you remove that blindfold and tell you what needs to be cut out, because you need to take care of yourself. And speaking of that, let me get my little affirmations. Hold on. Let me, and my other little positivity deck. Y'all wildin'. Like, y'all. Mm-mm. And because with the Akashic, it's like the book of life. Like, if you can go back 5 years and the person's still doing the same thing, and you can go back 5 years behind that. Let's say I've been friends for like mad long. You can go back 5 years and the person still doing the same thing, and like that's not your friend. They never been your friend. They wasn't your friend for these whole 5 years, and that's when you realize, or that's when you be able to see that this person was holding or trying to hold you back this whole time, and that some people are just meant to be in your life for a season, not for a lifetime. And it's not, you don't have to hold on to people that's not meant to be in your life. Like, it's okay to let things go and support them from a distance. You don't have to support them while they're in your life. Like, you can support them from afar and still wish the best for them, even though you don't see them on a daily basis or y'all don't talk like y'all used to. And that doesn't mean that y'all beefing with each other. Y'all could simply just outgrew each other and simply going to separate places in your life. And it's time for you to grow and it's time for them to grow, and y'all not growing in the same path or the same way. And no one grows the same way or does the same thing, or like, we all have different things. We have awaken your authentic self and be true to you. Didn't I say the hermit goes inside himself? You see what I'm just saying. I mean, but you do you, because I be spitting my advice sometimes. But you do you, okay? You do whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying the hermit does go inside himself, so he don't need. Like, if he needs help, he goes and seek the help, and like the card said earlier, it's not bad seeking help when you need help. Asking for help when you need it. Vulnerability. Being vulnerable, it's cute. Okay. It's cute. It's okay. Like, some people like, oh, I'm an ugly crier. I mean, I'm a person that kind of laugh when people cry, so that's not helpful. But that's because I just, it's awkward. And I don't know what to do in that moment. But if I care about you and you crying If someone made you cry, I'm definitely fighting. But you know, it's okay to open up and talk about your feelings. If someone's trying to make you feel like you are soft or too needy because you want to talk about your feelings and share your feelings rather than bottling them up, then that's not the person for you. Simply just be like, all right, now you know, don't go to that person. We have believe in yourself, unleash your inner unicorn. See if there's anything else. Okay. I guess one more card. Okay. It says write down your goals, dream big. And at the bottom of the deck, we have let go of control and relax into the flow. Wasn't I saying something earlier about like the flow? So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember half the things. Okay, I know what I said. But I don't know where I said that at or why I said it. So that's why I was like, I know I said it. So you go back. If you remember what I said, that's great. Or why I said it. Because I know, like, with the 10 of Wands, like, things can be, like, feel like there's a lot of pressure and a lot of burdens is on you. And especially with things being choppy and shaky. You know? With the 6 of Swords. So it's like, that can, like, and then trying to, like, you're probably trying to get, like, a grasp on life and things like that. And that's why you're feeling worried with this 9 of Swords. But you can't control it. And it's happening to help you and kind of sort of force you to allow change in your life. But it's the change is good. It's not meant to hurt you. So now we're gonna do the affirmation cards. Okay. I'm gonna let them all fall out so now I can go one by one and then end the reading down. Okay. Anything else? Alright. Okay. So I'm going to read the back and the fronts. So for this card, it says, write down 10 goals. Yo, that is something with your goals. And don't let no one try to hold you back from your goals and your dreams. Because, boo-boo, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And whatever you set your mind to, you can do. But it said, write down your top 10 goals to complete by the end of the year. I mean, you only got a couple of months left, but whatever you can accomplish in those couple of months, you do it. Okay? I believe in you, and you believe in yourself. Unleash that in a unicorn. Oh, let me finish what it says. What can you do today to move forward, to move closer to your goals, and say you can reach for the stars? And then we have the star. You see, you can, like, the dreams that you have and the hopes that you're wishing to. The wishes that you have to, but when you was a kid, you can't accomplish those things, or like those. Like, let's say you have a dream now, and someone trying to tell you like that's not really, like, that's a stupid dream, and it's like, bro, they're not you. They're not gonna understand it because it's not their dream. It's your dream. It's not meant for them to understand. It's meant for you to understand. As long as you understand it and you supporting yourself and motivating yourself and pushing yourself, and it makes you happy and you not hurting nobody, I'll say do it and continue doing you. But that's just me. The next one is, what is the high? Oh, let me show you the other side. I forgot about that. Okay. What is the hardest thing I had ever had to go through? How did I motivate myself to go through the struggles? My strength is my strength is greater than my struggles. Then we have, why am I worried about other people's opinion? How can I stop worrying about what other people think? And the affirmation is, I am unaffected by the judgment of others. Hold on. If you could live in any other time period, what would it be and what would you be doing? Then the affirmation is, I know good things will continue to happen to me in my life. Then we have, what can I do in the moment I feel powerless? When am I most likely to feel a particular emotion? How can I remind myself of the power I have over my emotional state? And the affirmation is, I'm in charge of my emotions. And then we have, what has the fear of failure stopped me from doing? What one step could wait? What one step I take today to begin overcoming that fear? I could take today to overcome that fear. My bad. The affirmation is, failure is another way to learn how to do something right. What I said earlier. Yeah, I mean, trials and error, but that's a phrase for a reason. How can I understand myself better? Who am I? What do I want to do? We have, and then affirmation is, I am safe to be my true authentic self. And that card came up earlier. Like, you can be. It is. And you are looking for that with the Five of Cups coming out slanted. You're looking for a place where you can be vulnerable and be open, and then moving towards it and cutting out what, or at least having to cut out what isn't helping you move towards that, where you can be your true vulnerable self and not having to worry about what other people feel or care, or not even, or care about what other people feel. There we go. About you, or what they have to say about you. You won't care. And then we have, what does it mean to be personally whole and complete? How can I make myself whole and complete? And the affirmation is, I am whole. But yeah, is anything else I want to say? Oh, well, at the bottom of the deck, it says, in this moment, what are 4 things I'm most grateful for? And then pretty much at the top of the deck, it says, my thoughts and opinions are valuable. And they definitely are. And it's like, once you, with the emotions, and they were saying with your with thoughts, with the swords, and the cups being like your emotions, it could be someone trying to make it seem like your thoughts or your ideas aren't really valuable or doable or something like that, when they are. And it can lead to something profitable, probably. It's not going to be right away. It's going to take some time, as everything does. It takes time. And don't let somebody else try to knock you off your high horse because they want to hold on to you and they don't want to see you grow the way, because they don't want to see you outgrow them. Because you can reach for the stars. Your dreams are doable. You can achieve them. You're in control of your own emotions, and no one's gonna check you. Because Like I said before, who gonna run you but you? Like, no one gonna tell you what to do, how to go, and where to move. Like, I mean, other than God, but other than that, like, no one, no other human, unless you're not of the legal age to take care of yourself. But you know, good things are trying to come into your life, and it's like even if people like come and go, good things are still going to continue to come in your life. Like even if this person you feel like right now they're like a big major player in your life, and or like once you had this person in your life, this was when the good things came into your life, quote unquote. That's not true, bro. They you had so many good things coming in beforehand. You will have so many good things coming in after. Like it's okay to let this person go. It's okay to like to allow change to come in to welcome new things into your life. It's okay. It's alright. If you have that little voice in your head that you can't shake, it's trying to tell you something. It's time for a change. Is what it's definitely trying to tell you. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing. So if you find like this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I see you next time. Bye.